In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Helps if I unmute myself. So, howdy, guys. And I see we got Jody in the house. My sister was number one and Jody was number two. So, welcome. So, please tell Scott I say hi. Why don't you say hi? Hee hee. Hopefully, everybody's doing well. Um, so, I do apologize. Um, I thought my sister was coming up tonight, but well, she's had a day. Trust me, she got to play in maybe a little bit of dirt, so she's not. She just needs to chill and relax, and that's okay. But if you can, at least go spend 5 minutes. Give her some. Yes, she was playing in the dirt. Um, so again, it was just going to be a fun night, um, and I don't know what else to say. Um, we're not going to be here very long tonight. Um, well, it's budget time. And anybody that's done budgets, a high level, our budget this year would be about an inch thick. Needless to say, my eyes are already starting to bug out. And Jesse, look what I found. Ha 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 ha. The Hankster and Carol that was sent by his Auntie Glenda. And she sent that to him shortly after the cruise to Alaska. And yeah, it's a little bit dirty, but he will not, and I mean will not, allow anyone to put that in the washing machine. Mm-mm. So, yeah, we invited some people up, and, um, if they're up to it, great. They have the link. And if not, it could be even a shorter live. Um, I'm still waiting. So, my lovely wife and I are going to go out for breakfast in the morning. The last time that the two of us went out for breakfast was with, well, obviously on the ship, but um, off land was with Lila. Or, sorry, Lillian. Oh my God. Um, having a hard day with English today. And it's one of those nights that you feel like having the, well, you guys not so much, but for us that still have 2 feet of snow, it's a good night to have a fire going in the fireplace. But um, yeah, I know there's far too many L's in this lovely group. Hi, Johnny.
Hey,
Oh,
hey, hey.
wipe your screen. Oh, there. Okay, you focused. You were a little bit out of focus, but you're good now.
Okay.
Ish,
So,
all good. So what's going on, brother?
I'm trying to get over this cold or whatever I've got going on, bud.
Oh no, you've got that darn old spring cold.
Yeah, probably from shaking hands.
Well, and didn't I heard your cows got out on you this week too?
Yeah, yeah. Of course, that was the first day of it. That was the day that I was completely down and
Oh
decided
no.
I was not getting out of the house at all. And my brother called, and if my brother calls, you can guarantee he never
Something.
calls me and says, "Hey, brother, how's it going?" It's never that. It's always, uh, you know, something's going on over here, and you know, he's not a chatter, I guess you'd say.
Sure.
So, but anyway, yeah, I had to go over there and move them around, and they're doing fine where they're at, but I still don't like them in that field. But I don't feel well enough to fix what I got to fix in the other one right now. So
Absolutely. You've got to mend yourself, and as long as they're fed and happy, and I'm sure you guys are already got green grass going down there.
we got some. Yeah, we got some. They're starting to graze. So they're starting to eat less hay, let's put it that way.
Okay.
Hey
I'm
Jess.
sure I'm sure you still have quite a bit of hay.
Oh yeah, I got plenty. But you know what? The problem is in case we end up with what do you call it? Um, another we've been in a drought. They said that it
Mm,
would take 20 inches of rain to catch us up to where we're supposed to be right now.
wow.
Um, but we if we have a summer drought this year, which I always, fear, yeah, we won't have enough hay, but we do right now. So, hey, Ann.
Wow. Hey, Ann, how are you doing? Nice to see you. And Troy, I'm not sure why you're in the hospital, but I hope you're doing well.
Hey, Troy.
And we will definitely put you in prayers. And nobody ever wants to be in those places.
Right. I saw him. I saw his little. I
Yeah.
I didn't even understand on that first one. I couldn't even understand what he was. I couldn't understand him. So
No.
uh,
Well, he might have had a
that's what I
little
was thinking.
drugs, drugs
Yeah.
on board.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Oh,
Supposed to be seeing Troy this year again. So that's awesome.
oh, cool.
Yeah, he's
Now,
he's he's coming to 10 Killer.
cool. Yeah. Um, I wish I could. I can't justify spending $2,500 to $3,000 for a weekend,
I understand.
especially the the price of the exchange right now is it's coming back, but yeah, just out of surgery. Well, as long as they didn't remove any parts that shouldn't have been, you'll be all right. Now I did see on Jan, maybe it was Jesse that was saying that or somebody was saying that there. Oh no, Wendy, that there was a whole bunch of tornadoes
Yeah,
around your area.
there's been a couple of fatalities here in Oklahoma so far. Mother
Wow.
daughter that got caught in their car in the middle of a tornado out
Oh,
on the highway. They didn't make it, and there was a tornado in Bristow today. Um, there's more tornadoes this evening and stuff like that. But
well, they were saying like pretty much from Michigan south, there's been like tornadoes touchdown,
oh yeah,
which, you know, is absolutely,
well it
yeah.
feels like a tornado out there if you go outside. It's just humid and just
Oh,
yeah, it's horribly humid right now. Uh,
well,
Raining off and on. Uh,
okay.
just and there's a cold front. What the problem is there's a cold front coming in. It's same like tomorrow. We were like what 80 today.
Mm,
Tomorrow we're going to be in the 50s for a high. So that cold air, warm air meeting up together and all that stuff, you know. So hey, Angie, Virginia.
thank you. Thank you, Glenda, for 35 months of being part of my membership. I do appreciate you so much.
Hey, Tony.
Um, yeah, Tony, if you guys want to come up, I will post the link.
Hey,
Jesse, if
Arlene.
you want to come up, we'll just have a little hoedown.
Hold down.
A hoedown.
Hold down.
But yeah, I may end up actually Control V. No. C. No. Oh
Learning
my
curve.
God, I've got to write this down because X.
Learning curve.
Well, I'm not used to having to hit control whatever and it won't
Yeah.
copy and paste. Like I'm so
Yeah.
used to just Jesse, what do I hit?
You're used to hitting a
or
button.
or Seaster, what do I hit?
Yeah. I have no idea on this. What is this? Evie Musk
Yeah,
something.
AV
Evie Muck.
Musk.
Evie Mucks. Evie Mucks.
It's
Hey, I'm gonna have to how do I let me see here. I'm gonna disable my cam and stuff.
uh
Will that
right
you
underneath
still hear
where
me? All right,
I
now we
I
get
can hear you, but we can't see you. Oh, that's what I was doing. I was doing option. So if I go and then I should go Command V, and it should come up. Uh, Ding. So, anybody who's been up before, feel free to come on up. I'm going to write that down. Oh, man. But yeah, so I hope everybody, Mr. MT Homestead, g'day, Mike. How are you? I haven't talked to you in, oh my goodness, a dog's age. I was sick and then uh, we went on the cruise. So yeah, no, it's been Command C, I think. Do, do, do. And Command C and V. There we go. We are all set, and it's in my tickle trunk. So, like I say, you want to come up and chit chat? It's not going to be a long live tonight, guys. Um, we're starting next week. There should be videos starting to roll from the cruise. Plus, we're going to be probably live. We have budget most of the week. Monday, I go in and get my injections in my back. It helps me. So I know some people don't like it, but it enables me. I should have had it done before our trip. And it's to the point now where it's killing me. I don't know if you guys have Voltaren, but Voltaren every night on my back just so I can sleep. And yeah, so he'll probably do 8 injections, 4 on either side, or 10. The depends. I don't think he's going to like what I have to say, but the last time I went in, I was in more pain whenever I left than whenever I came out. But he allows his, well, their last, like the ones that did it last year would have been, they would have wrote their MD license and they would have been doing a specialty in pain. So, yeah, we'll just have to wait and hope for the best. I love it. Now, if you could put that as a Dodge Ram truck, that would be a black Dodge Ram truck. That would be hilarious. But I love them to start with. So I talked to Jesse about doing some pictures of the Hankster. And he nailed it. He nailed it. Like I'll just give you one just to show. But if he could turn that into, instead of a car, a black Ram truck, that would be funny. It says, "Oh, I think I'm busted." And he was able to, however he does it with AI, or I don't know how he does all that stuff, but hey, he's going to be just happy that I changed that. That took me 4 hours today to be able to save it. I was getting ready to throw my computer. But it's okay. We have it all under control. Make myself big. We are big. There's two of us. Johnny just went to probably clear his nasal passages, you know what I mean? I could kick him out, but that wouldn't be very prudent. You can come up, Miss Anne. And I know, it's Friday night. You're in PJs. You're probably in your bed. You're getting. I don't know if tomorrow's a day or not. Oh, so you can see. Okay, I see what you're saying now. I got you now, Miss Ann. So, oh, I think I'm busted. And the old hankster with a sock in his mouth. And like I say, if that could be a black Dodge Ram truck, I'm going to get some stickers made. And honestly, guys, yeah, it very cute. Very cute, Arlene. Um, let's see here. Uh-oh. How do I get Johnny back? Oh, this way. There we go. Oh, Goober, I don't know if I can. Yeah, that's what I did. I looked at my text. Oh, it didn't come through. It just came through now. Now, this is funny. Hang on. I got to change it. Miss Ann's going to get mad at me. We Lord knows we don't want Miss Ann mad at us. I think if I go like this, I can even make it bigger. Yep, I can. That's my black truck. And it's the green screen that keeps. Yep. I'm going to have to. That's hilarious. Thank you, Jesse. That's. I don't know how you did it. I don't want to know how you did it, but you nailed it out of the park. Thank you. He's, he's on my water bottle. Now I'm going to have what I may do is put my logo down. How hard would it be, Jesse, to put my logo? Where's my finger? Oh. Ah, no. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. There we go. Put my logo right there. My rainbow, not the round one, but the one with the horns. If it's not too hard, just a little one in the corner. Self-proclaimed YouTube star. But well, I did both, Miss Ann, so I should get at least some brownie points. Now, my next thing that I have to figure out is how to get rid of this green screen. Now you're pushing it. I know, eh, Tony? Hey, you got to reach for the stars. The only thing that can ever be said is yes or no. Or I'll try. You know, that's what I always said to my kids. Why do you always ask why don't you just take, and I'm like, well, why would I, the only thing they can ever say is no. And I said, how many times has it worked out? Yeah, you're right. I might look silly. But, anyways, I truly hope everybody had a good week. Hopefully, everybody is safe. Uh, right from Michigan straight through into Texas, apparently. You guys are getting the big storms. Yeah. And apparently, what did they say? The almanac is calling a very active year in the Atlantic. We all know what that means. So start prepping now. Every time you go to get groceries or anything like that, guess what? Get something extra. Watch Miss Ann's prepping videos. How to make stuff with, just stuff from around your house. Fire starter. You can't be too ready for this. They're calling us a very hot winter. And that's what we're scared of coming into syrup season, is it's going to be very, very short-lived. Because up till Thursday, we were still like 20 degrees Fahrenheit here. And now during the day, we're about 40. Well, we're going to have a fast melt, which is going to create flooding. Syrup season, it's going to be fast, we think, this year. unless we can get a second run. So, oh, Tony, I'm more than good. I can keep my family of 5 and lots others going, and I know where to find some cows. And I can butcher my own too. But that's one thing that I loved about the Caribbean. There was chickens everywhere. Mexico, Grand Cayman. Every time you turned around in Grand Cayman, there was chickens running everywhere. Uh, yes, absolutely. Um, Storms are everywhere. Like Johnny was saying, it was even feeling like it whenever you went outside. It was raining on and off, high humidity. I'm just praying something didn't happen that maybe just lost power or just wasn't feeling well and went and laid down and didn't shut it down. Um, yeah, he's already had enough to deal with. Yes, that's true too. Key West has a lot of chickens, but you know, I don't. Key West, there's a lot of. Isn't there a lot of gators or crocs? Gators. So you think that they'd be a snack for the gators. I think Johnny had to poop. Angie, I've been there and done it. But yeah, no, it's even Mexico. There wasn't. I think everybody was thinking it, Angie, but you said it. Um, even Mexico, there wasn't a whole lot of chickens. Nowhere near what Grand Cayman was. Grand Cayman, there was chickens everywhere. Our first stop, there might have been 30 chickens. That's what I'm worried about, Miss Ann, but it makes sense what Angie said too. So we're going to stay on for about another 20 minutes. So, and then, yeah, my darling wife and I are going to go out for breakfast and it, actually, Mexico was, excuse me, very quiet. And there would have been Well, there was two ships on our dock. There was us and MCS, and I could see over on the Carnival and Royal dock. There would have been four ships in there. So yeah, there was about six ships in port, but it was still like dead. So everybody was they were Miss Ann was hoping that you weren't fighting with a tornado.
No, I had Christine called. She's in South Dakota, so she called and I wanted to talk
Oh,
to her. So because I only get to talk to her one time a day, so
well, and that's it. And then Angie said you were
yeah, she
gone.
said I had to go to the bathroom. I know what she said. No, I didn't. I was talking to Christine. She can corroborate that with you. She had to correct.
Oh
I
man.
know you did. Angie always goes to the bathroom jokes. She always does that. She's got some kind of her mind is just kind of
A shitty mind.
kind of warped.
Oh, she's warped. Hey, somebody had to marry Tony.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense now. Makes a lot of sense.
Yep.
Exactly. So I'm sorry, but she was telling me about her day and everything and stuff like that. So I just wanted to.
Oh, yeah, no, I didn't know that Christine was still, or that she was in South Dakota. So,
Yeah, she's in South Dakota. You know what? I got this. Somebody sent me this. It's like some kind of soft sausage, that dried sausage
okay.
in the mail. It's one of the viewers of the channel, and what's really funny is this. They, if you can read it at all, I can read it to you. It says, Postmaster, there is dried sausage in this package, nothing else. No need to open. Thanks. So, I guess because it's like this. Anyway,
Yeah, yeah. That's
but
one thing I still have to get done this spring is I always do about 20 to 30 pounds of German smoked sausage.
so what I'm
But
going to, you know, I was going to open this, but I'm not even going to open it.
if you open it, you're going to eat the whole darn thing.
No, I really don't want to open it right now because I can't,
Taste.
with I'm all stuffed up. So, it wouldn't
You
be a
want to,
good, it wouldn't be a good, what do you call it, a test, because stuff I might taste bad right now or have no taste at all. I don't know. So,
and you want to enjoy it. You don't, because you're going to lose your taste buds and all that garbage. And that's why I can't wait for syrup season because there's so much moisture that I've never been sick in the spring unless I haven't been around the sugar shack.
oh, yeah.
I don't know. There's something about the sugar in the air, and oh, from a kid right up till even, well, last year I was so busy I wasn't anywhere near the sugar shack, and I was sick all spring.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, it's
So Ann asked, did they open it? She said she would have had to. No, they didn't open it.
yeah,
Uh, I
Miss.
opened it and everything. But the guy, he's asked me two or three times, how does it taste? But, I'm like, man, I haven't had any yet. And when we were doing our live last night, I was hoping he would come in because I was going to I was going to try it during the live with him in the chat but he wasn't in the chat last night. So anyway,
Uh, well,
I'm
yeah,
still
you
I'm still holding out. I guess you'd call it.
yeah, well, and you went later last night too, so
3 o'clock.
everybody's used to certain routines and
Well, see, that's the thing. He that guy usually tells me he can't be there because it's too early when we go.
oh,
So I was thinking,
jeez.
well, 8 o'clock will be good, and I gave him plenty of notice. So
Oh God.
probably had something going on though.
Absolutely. Everybody's life is just so busy.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's all busy.
Like
So
I'm trying to organize my second annual homesteaders meetup and gun show.
yeah, and gun
Yeah,
show.
yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Oh wow,
Oh yeah.
I'm anxious to see how that goes.
Well, Darren, um, he is the sales manager or something for, is it Winchester, Remington, whichever the Canadian
Remington
one
is
is.
Remington is no more, so it's not Remington,
Okay.
and Winchester's about gone. So you know, uh,
Yeah.
they Remington got taken out because of that. There was a shooting at a school. It was, I believe, it was the Columbine shooting, I think, and they used a Bushmaster rifle. And
Okay.
Remington was actually had was the owner of Bushmaster at the time. So by the time everybody got done suing Remington because they determined that Remington could be sued or something because of some kind of advertising that they did um, with this Bushmaster. Apparently, there was an ad that showed that you might use it like as like defense type stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you.
And so they used that against them in court, and they just sued them into oblivion.
Yeah. Well,
That's what I was
there's
thinking, Jesse. A gun show in Canada, right?
well, hunting rifles are huge, especially around these parts. I bet you 50% of my residents hunt. Hunting's huge around here. Everything from, you know, bird right up to moose.
I,
And they'll,
I was wondering
I'm good.
how they get around that.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, you've got overpopulation of animals and stuff like that, so you've got to hunt them to keep the population
Yes.
in check.
Yeah.
And in places where everything is very regulated, I guess you'd call it, because we're
Yes.
not regulated here.
No.
And but I was wondering how they take care of that. And Andy, I do not know. It says dried sausage. I do not know what that is. I don't know if it's pig or deer or what it is.
It all depends. If it's Dutch, it's more beef than pork. And if it's German English, it's more pork than beef. Like it all depends, And is it a dry smoke? Is it a hot smoke? Like there's just so many ways of.
It
I
just
think
says
I got a video of making my German sausage.
uh, Tony says he's going to an Oklahoma City gun show in the morning. That's awesome, Tony. I would love to do one of those. The only thing I don't like about going to the actual gun shows is they charge you to get in, for one thing, um, to look at guns that you're going to try to buy. And almost every time I went into a gun show, the guns they have, you could you could leave and go to Bass Pro and buy it cheaper. You know
Mm,
what I'm saying? You could go to a store and buy the gun that you just handled at the gun show cheaper. it's
people's emotions start going with the auction,
it's
and
not an auction. That's a show.
it's just a show and they pay more.
Yes, that's just walking around picking guns up off table, looking at them,
That's
handling
crazy.
them, and stuff like that, and then making a deal.
So that's just not knowing the price of what it is.
And they just, I don't know, those guys see they're priced, and sometimes you can talk them down some, but you can't talk them down to like what I can get one for at an auction. Um, a lot of times, I can pick up one pretty cheap at an auction. Of course, I went to an auction the other day that was like a gun show. I haven't put that video out yet, but it'll be coming. And Jesse said when they get around to hunting for armadillo, probably don't hunt armadillo up in Canada, I imagine.
Um, no, no, they stop at the Mason Dixon line.
Yeah, I,
They're
I remember some guys from Ohio came down one time pig hunting in Medicine, Texas, and they got a armadillo while they were pig hunting, and they were trying to figure out a way to have this armadillo mounted and all this kind of stuff, and they were going to take this thing back, and they were asking if they tasted good and everything like that, and I'm like, well, you catch leprosy from them, so
might taste good, but I don't know if I really want to try to eat it. That's like up here, like people like yes, in Jamaica they eat pigeon. Well, I wouldn't eat any of our pigeons up here.
yeah.
It's like no, that's God only knows what that thing is carrying.
Virginia Alexander said we bought our first boat at a boat show. A boat show is a different kind of a deal than a gun show,
Yeah.
because at a boat show you can actually get good deals. It's same as like an RV, a camping show or something like that. They will have show specials that are cheaper than you can get.
Amazingly cheaper, yeah.
Yes, and on the last day they get even really cheaper. But a gun show, no, they think everybody thinks it's gold plated. And Tony says I also like to pick up ammo with cash, and you can pick up ammo with cash at any store that sells ammo, Tony. so,
Unless you're in Canada, you need your hunting license to buy ammunition. Mine expired.
do they have a limit on the ammunition? How much ammunition you can get? No. So
As
you
long as
could have.
you
So you could have your you've named your gun. So or this gun that you keep telling me
yeah,
about, and you could have 3,000 rounds of ammo for that, and the Canadian government wouldn't care.
well, it technically you're supposed to have all your guns registered.
Mm-hmm.
I registered them 3 times
Mm-hmm.
and they lost all 3.
Oh wow.
Well, guess what? I'm not doing it again. And I
how did
told my
how did they lose your registrations?
well, number 1, they got like it's not just a me issue, it's the government. The software went down twice. I filled it out for the last time and I got another letter. And I'm like, well, hey, right here, here's my registration number. I'm not filling it out again.
Mm.
Well, you have to. I said find them.
Did you have one of them boating accidents?
I might have went swimming.
So, yeah,
And it's the you guys down there. You guys have more like everybody pretty much has a pew pew.
you mean guns? Yeah,
Yeah,
all got guns.
up up here, it's only the hunting population, and the rest just couldn't care less. Like it took Debbie quite a while to get over the fact that I had guns in the house.
Hmm,
I grew up with it.
yeah,
So, I grew up hunting and fishing and where she didn't. She was a city girl.
yeah.
So she had never ever like guns scared the living you know what out of her.
Hmm,
And again, it's the only thing they ever show up here is the bad stuff.
of course.
Oh, another, another school, you know what? Eh,
Yeah,
That, of course, that's on every television set up here.
yeah.
They don't show the one, Fred shot Johnny. Guess what? Johnny walked away from the intruder.
Yeah. They,
They don't show that kind of thing. And
yeah,
yeah, no, it's I don't know. I just don't. I came from a rural background. She came from a city background. But I've got trigger locks and my ammo's in a different spot. And, you know,
yeah.
all I got to say is within 3 minutes, you best not be banging at my door anymore because there'll be a bang coming through my door.
Yeah. Jesse's doing the Google thing again. So,
No, I know, and that's he doesn't trust me.
no, I don't
So,
think it's that. I think it's just that he's clarifying, he's making sure
oh,
that,
I know what he's doing.
I
I'm just
mean, you
making
said
sure.
there's no limit. That's what it
No,
says. There's no limit.
no, it's where I believe there's even a limit in some states. Right
Possibly.
on your border town, like a lot of your border towns, I never see a gun ever.
Uh,
Like Ogdensburg in upper New York.
yeah.
I've even as low as Syracuse,
Yeah.
which is 4 hours. Well, it'd be about 3 hours into the U.S.
Right. Huh.
No, I
Different
never.
world up there. Down here in the southern states, it's pretty much
Well,
common.
exactly, and you know, there's there's reasons why the southern states you guys do carry. You have shit that can kill you in 37 seconds.
Well, there's stuff around, but yeah.
Like it's a lot easier for you
Well,
to take out
there's
a
also it's not a bad idea to have protection, and that's it's
yeah,
protection. So um,
and that
you know
you
we,
know
we not everybody has your best interest at heart, and
exactly.
so just saying, as much ammunition
Most
taking
UFCs
along the firearms and follow any state specific rules. Yeah.
now. I was it there was a couple states that they were having to fill out like state paperwork to get
You
a
know
gun.
that's totally unconstitutional that they hadn't been struck down by the Supreme Courts.
Okay.
For real. But yeah, there's some states that try to pull. They go along with a lot of states. The very liberal states will say that the Second Amendment only covers militias. Like the military. Um, but that's not what the Second Amendment says.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you,
so,
Jesse.
so whenever they talk about, they're going to keep their population safe by making it to where you just have a hard time being able to protect yourself. That's against the Constitution of the United States. I
Yeah.
saw, and they do it in our ad, in our newspapers and stuff, or our media down here. There was one that said that a couple with 34 guns and 3 or 4,000 rounds of ammunition were um, caught by, you know, they were arrested, and that was the headline. Couple with blah 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 guns and so
Yeah.
much ammunition arrested. That's the headline. So whenever you're reading that, you're going, wow, they had 34 guns, and blah blah blah. Us people down here in the South were going, they only had 34 guns. Is that all? I mean, and they only had 8,000 rounds of ammunition for that. Really? Dang, they wasn't prepared at all. So
But, like I don't know if Big Mike's still in here, but he's got a specific room in his home
yeah,
that
I've got
he calls it
several
his
specific
pew
areas
pew room,
of,
his gun room.
but
I think what it truly is supposed to be a safe room for tornadoes, but I
that
like
would make a good place, except for the 7 or 8 you need like right around your bed when you're sleeping, like I do. So,
yeah, but we have permits to carry, but
but none of our neighbor states reciprocate, so we can't go over a state line. Wow.
yes,
So I have concealed carry permit. So me and Christine both have it, and we drove to Tucson, Arizona this year in the Trans Am, and we carried every foot of the way. And every state that we went through had reciprocal carry, so we didn't have to worry about any of that state. And we look at stuff like that whenever we're traveling. That's the reason why I had such a huge problem with Seattle. I have a hard time flying, for one thing. I really have a hard time flying.
mm,
Being in Seattle, you know, on the ship, I wasn't too worried about stuff. Being in the plane, I wasn't tremendously worried about stuff. But being in Seattle, I was. I didn't care for Seattle at all.
like don't forget there's marshals on every flight now. There's at least one marshal who's carrying on every plane.
Yeah,
And
you see the videos of people just getting ridiculous on these flights sometimes.
oh sure, some people go a little, but um our son now lives in North Carolina and he has a huge gun cabinet. Yeah, I have a gun cabinet. I've got trigger locks and my ammo's in a different location.
I have a
But it's all keys are here, guns are here, Ammo's here, front door.
I don't think I have a gun that's not loaded.
See, we cannot have a now. If for some reason, hell broke loose, sure, nobody's going to bother me, but we're not allowed to have a loaded rifle.
You're not allowed to have a handgun, are you?
No, no, they're against the law now.
See, they
My uncle was one of the last ones in this area. He used to be a gun collector,
hmm
and he was robbed 3 or 4 times. They broke in to his house, and he still cannot figure out how the hell they got it. But they got all his handguns. They were triple locked.
Angie, she cracks me up. Carried duct tape on the plane, taped their mouth shut, and wrapped them around the seat. Oh
Throw
man!
them out the door. Hand them
So,
a half used parachute.
so a friend of mine a couple of days was telling me this is really funny. You're going to enjoy this one, okay? So a couple of days or a few days ago, my friend told me that his dad, when his dad was still alive, came to him and told him, he said, I don't want you to tell anybody this ever. He said, but I'm a felon in Canada. And he said, don't tell your mother, don't tell your sister. He said, but in Canada, I'm a felon. And he goes, now what? He goes, well, he said, we were going to Alaska, driving to Alaska. And they were on that highway out there going up to Alaska.
Yeah.
And he had forgotten, well, he didn't, but there was a handgun under his seat in his vehicle.
Oh boy.
Because in Alaska he could have it. Here in the country he could have it. No problem. He's actually a gunsmith, and that's what he does is work with guns constantly every day and stuff. So
Mhm.
anyway, he's got this handgun under his seat, and somehow uh, he got pulled over in Canada, and they asked him to get out of the car, and they asked him if he had any guns or anything like that, and he said, "No, I don't have any guns." And they reached right up underneath that seat and grabbed that gun and go, "What's this?" So he had this handgun, and he said they treated him like, they arrested him. They took him to jail. They had court. They convicted him as a felon in Canada. They spent like 4 days in Canada going through this deal to and he's a felon. They took his gun away from him. They charged him a big fine, and they let him go, and he went on to Alaska. And but if in Canada he was a felon, and he thought it was the most ridiculous thing ever. And and his son goes, it's just their rules, Dad. I mean, they just got these different kind of rules, and which made me go on to that. Why don't we have a strip of ground right there along that that you can drive to get to Alaska and carry your hunting rifle or your
But
gun?
don't forget,
You go there.
it's only been recent that you couldn't have handguns here. Within the last 10 years, they've become illegal. Um, I think it's been 10 years. Could be 20 now. I am getting older. But like Glenda said, she has to be really careful because she's got quite a few states right around where she is, and one, she can. Well, obviously, where they live, they can, but 15 minutes down the road, whoops. So, yeah, no, they have to be very careful where she is.
Well, Glenda, we don't actually have to have a permit to carry. We can carry open without one. The only time you have to have a permit to carry in Oklahoma is if you're going concealed carry. So if I'm going to hide my gun on me, I have to have a permit. If I'm going to just carry it on my hip, you know, you know, Wild
Now,
West style,
now
no
you can
problem.
holster it and
Yeah,
don't need a permit.
yeah,
Or
50,
is that considered concealed?
yeah. But they if you have it just kind of out in the open, you can carry it. Anybody can, as long as they're not like a convicted felon. Um, and that's only certain. It's not all felonies. It's like felonies that had had violence or drug convictions and stuff
Mm,
stuff
okay.
like that, where they
Yeah.
thought maybe you were impaired. Uh,
Both
you
Canada
might
and the
you
US,
might be
can't,
of danger to
yeah,
someone.
you can't cross the border anymore if you have a DUI in Canada. I can't cross into the US, and in the US, you can't cross over to Canada for a friggin' DUI. So
Yeah,
you screwed up one night, you've repented your sins, whatever else. No, you're cooked. Your goose is cooked. You
mm.
cannot, that's why you see so many people from up here going to either Mexico, Cuba, Turks and Caicos, it, you know, down into the Caribbean to go to warmer places. Um, yeah, it's crazy.
Hey Jesse, look this up. I think I was wrong. I think I misspoke. Put
Oh,
in does
Glenda
Oklahoma.
said she is talking about concealed.
Yeah, I'm. That's where I'm going with this. Does Oklahoma require a concealed carry permit anymore? I think they did away with that 3 or 4 years ago. The reason why I keep our concealed carry permits up to date is because if you go out of state and you want to carry concealed, we have to have a permit out of state. Is the reason why we have one. But I don't think Oklahoma has to have a concealed one now. I think I remember that. I've always just had it concealed, so I don't.
I'm trying to think because I used to have help or I used to help Brandon with his website before I got into YouTube myself, and seeing him on the road and him talking about people having concealed is concealed without a permit. 18 to 20-year olds may carry if they're active military or
Look at
honorably discharged
look at
veterans
the one above it.
since November 1st, 1918.
Highlight it.
Okay.
So we can carry. We don't have to have concealed carry. I still keep our concealed carry up to date though, because whenever we go out of state to
For
conceal
other states.
for other states, I have to have the concealed carry permit.
So
There was a reason I was doing that.
So you go to that meetup in Texas that you guys always go to with Jesse and them.
Pine cone, yeah.
Yeah, Pinecone Fest. Now you don't have to register that you're got your gun and you're going out of state. Like you don't have to do any registering like that. You just
No, no, no. We just drive.
okay.
No, like it's just like whenever we went out to Tucson, we didn't have to do anything. I looked. Every state was a constitutional carry state that we had to go through, and every one of them honored the concealed carry that we had, so we were able to carry all the way across.
Well, yeah, like the only one that I've ever been, you know, I've seen is guys with holsters, and I've seen a lockbox in the back seat of a truck. So I don't know, you know, I don't know what that means or entails, or you know, but
I don't know.
that was in Louisiana.
They had a lockbox in the back seat. Maybe
Mhm.
that's just whenever whenever they were trying, they couldn't go into a building, say a federal building or something of that nature. Maybe that's where they locked their gun up when they got out of the vehicle. I don't know. Um,
I know he didn't leave. I don't think he left it in his vehicle. I think, yeah, I
See,
don't know. It's been a while.
that's the thing. You really don't. And here we are talking. Boy, we got into this gun thing. So how did we get here? So anyway, uh, you know,
Oh, okay, Jess.
it's a good idea not to leave your gun in your car, for one thing, because your car gets broken into, somebody ends up with your gun real easy, and that's the biggest thing that's stolen in gun break-ins. Other than a purse left open on a seat, is handguns out of a car. So it's best to take them with you whenever you get in and out of the car.
So where Glenda's mom and aunt always vacation, um, you got to help me out, Glenda. Um, but I watch a fella. They have a towing company, and Gal, Gallon Gatlinburg or something.
Gatlinburg, Tennessee.
Yeah, Tennessee. Yeah. So, uh, what was it? About a month ago, they got called to take an illegally parked vehicle. Well, they opened up the driver's seat, and there's a loaded firearm sitting on the door,
Yep.
and a wad of cash about that big.
Nice.
Well, the first thing he
Sounds
did
like me
was
going to the auction.
police. But it turned out that, and they did verify it was fake money.
Oh, so they knew Jesse. I think I got $100 bill laying here on the table somewhere.
Yeah, yeah, they're friends with Jesse. Yeah, Gatlinburg. That's right, Glenda. But
Angie, they say the state parks say no firearms allowed. How's that work? Uh, the way that works is you're really not supposed to carry a firearm in there. Don't come knocking. Don't come to my camper and ask me if I got one, because I'm probably going to have one. Um, just,
don't come walking through the
I
door
mean,
at
it's
2 o'clock in the
I
morning.
would rather be, you know, just just by 12 is carried by 6. So that's how that works. So I'm busted and I wasn't even there. Yep. Just by 12 instead of carried by 6. So, um, but anyway, we don't have to talk about guns all night. I do enjoy guns. I buy a lot,
Oh, I
and
I
I,
love gun
I,
shows,
I
and
enjoy that stuff. So,
I'm hoping that I'm going to be have a mix of, like, I I'm taking a pretty big step with having, like, people sell their guns, because your only way that you can transfer a firearm in Canada is if you both have permits. Well, it I have to sign off on it, being the owner of, or the person running the show. Now, if Remington's there, I forget which one has the plant about 2.5 hours from me.
It's not Remington because they're out of business.
Yeah, I'll find out from Darren, but um,
Is it in Canada?
yep,
That should be easy to look up. Um, the
yeah,
good
Jesse.
manufacturer
I think
in
it's
Canada.
in Brockville or Belleville.
Yeah, look up what gun manufacturers up around Scott.
Yeah.
I don't think they can up there. Inherit firearms.
Inheritance laws. You have to hand over your guns if they don't have a permit. So that's why I don't own a gun,
So
especially the one that my grandfather made. I
homemade
don't
gun.
own I don't own that gun. Kyle owns all my guns. And you know, um that's
You're
really the
you're not like
only
right here on YouTube. Like just putting it all
they're
out.
not mine, they're Kyle's. Prove they're not.
That's funny.
But my grandfather made a 303 British,
Yeah,
and
had one of them.
right, he bought the stock or the barrel, and he made the stock and whatever else. It's a beautiful, beautiful gun, and I hunted with it my whole teenage, well, the until I got married. I hunted with it every year. And there's only
So there you go. Colt, Savage Arms, KDX Defense, PGW, Spectra. Those are the gun makers in Canada.
yeah.
Savage is in Canada. Holy cow. I did not know
So
that.
I know oh God. Bob that lives in Detroit. Brutal Bob.
Yeah.
You'll see him on sometimes Devil Dog, Gary's. He's more into like the hunting and fishing channels.
Yeah.
But he orders his guns straight from Canada.
Hmm.
Colt Canada military. Well, yeah, obviously military. Savage Firearms has got a Canadian plant. If that one of them is in um one of them is in Brockville or Belleville. I think it's Brockville.
So
And they he orders all his guns out of Canada.
my crossbow is Canadian.
Okay.
It's Excalibur. It come from Canada, and
That's Montreal, I believe it was made.
and they have a really good. I've had to deal with them 2 or 3 times on like warranty issues and stuff like that,
Hmm.
and they've been really good. It's just like calling a couple of dudes in their basement whenever you
It
whenever
probably is,
whenever
Johnny.
you, and that's what he said. He said there's only like 2 of them that even do anything with that,
That's probably what it is. And,
and
it's Because Darren, uh, Canadian gun companies were forced to shut down or relocate after the 20.
20 firearm bans.
Oh, that's in Alberta. You won Ontario, Brockville, Ontario.
So, yeah, uh, I had, I was up on my tree stand and I dropped my crossbow out of the tree.
Oh,
It had fell on a rock and it hit right on the limb and the limb split. And, so,
damn.
I had to, I think this thing, I'd had it for 4 years at that point, I think. And I'm like, man, there's no warranty on this thing. I'm going to call them up and see how much it is for another set of limbs for it. Right. So I call them up and I tell them what happened. I said, I dropped my crossbow out of the tree and it hit a rock and it broke a limb and I just needed to get new limbs for it. How much are they? That's all it was just like flat out, how
Yep.
much are they? I'll pay you
Yep.
for them. Send them to me. And they said, oh, those limbs have a lifetime warranty. And I said, really? I said, even if I drop my crossbow out of a tree onto a rock,
Take my money.
they have a lifetime warranty. And they go, yes, absolutely free. I said, so how many times can I use the lifetime warranty? And they said, as long as you have the bow. I said, so if I break 20 sets of limbs, you're going to send me 20 sets of limbs? Yeah, they have a lifetime warranty. And I'm like, well, cool. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. They had a historic military rifle unit, not a gun factory in Brockville.
Yeah, I'll talk to Darren. I think he works out of he works out of his house, but he goes around to gun shows all over Canada.
Now, in the province, all the provinces of Canada, okay, so there's
Hmm.
different provinces.
Hmm.
Um,
10.
do they all have the same laws as
Mm,
far as that goes?
federal, yes, they can have different provincial. If it's like
So some of
our
those
our
western,
province is like your state.
so like
Okay,
Alberta and Saskatchewan.
so Alberta may have some extra provincial laws that Ontario, where I live,
Right,
doesn't have, or
right.
we have stuff they don't have. But if it's federally controlled, yes, that's the same as your government. That's the same as Washington for you guys. It's Ottawa for us.
Yeah,
Um,
we have the federal government. It's like
yeah,
the federal government reads the Second Amendment like it's the Second Amendment. The states read it like, oh no, we gotta narrow this down to just they said this, and I'm sure that in their mind they were thinking like this, and they weren't thinking like that, and they were thinking muskets. You can have muskets, so that's all you can have is like black powder muskets
yeah.
and stuff, and so that's what it's like. No, back then you could actually have cannons. You could have anything that the military had um, back then. So it didn't have anything to do with just muskets. So
So, yeah, up here, and the same as down there, I believe, your gun rules are federally mandated, correct?
what gun rules?
Well, okay.
No,
So
no. Just like up
all our
here,
gun
the
rules are
the
federal.
federal government here reads the Second Amendment like I read the
Okay.
Second Amendment.
Okay.
The states read the Second Amendment like,
Okay. I see what
no,
you're saying now.
it would be progressive and it would be different if now as it was back then. So we've got to we've got to
Yeah.
put all these limits on this and that and the other and everything else. But the
Yeah.
federal government reads it like it's 1776.
Sure.
You know,
Yeah.
so
It reads the Constitution the way the Constitution should be read.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so yeah, we don't
But
have
again, yeah. Um, yeah.
the
So
only
like,
federal, and they're striking the federal stuff down all the time. I mean, the Supreme Court's reading it differently, and whenever I say striking it down, like silencers, that's the
Mhm.
stupidest ban that you could ever have is a silencer.
Well, what does it
Uh,
matter? It's gonna go boof. Or it
Yes,
goes
it still makes noise. It's not like James
exactly.
Bond. You don't walk into a hotel room with a silenced handgun and it just make a pew sound
Yeah,
and nobody's the wiser anyway. You shoot a gun in a hotel room. Everybody around you is gonna. It doesn't matter what kind of silencer you got
that
on.
whole floor is gonna hear you.
The whole floor is gonna know
Yeah,
it. What a
yeah.
silencer does is whenever you're out in the woods hunting, okay, for one thing, people get wound up. It happens every year, like up here in Tahlequah, up here around where we live. The opening day of deer season or the opening day of dove season or anything like that, you'll see like Tahlequah Gossip or all these different little Facebook pages. They'll say, "Oh my gosh, I heard all this shooting, and stuff like that." And it's like, it's the opening day of dove season,
Of
and
course, you're gonna hear it.
there's fields outside of
Mhm.
town, and they're hunting doves, legally, and it's and I mean they get wound up. There's like, oh
Mhm.
man, I called the police and blah 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 and everything else. And I'm like, you know, just let people put silencers on this stuff so it sounds like it's farther away. You know what I mean? Because I agree. You shoot a gun like right here, or my neighbor shoots a gun. My neighbor's like a mile down the road down there. They shoot a gun, it sounds like it's in my backyard.
Yes.
you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's make
So
it sound like it's further away
exactly,
and
and
save our
see,
ears.
we're running into the situation where a lot of cityites are moving rural, and we had the police called on us twice at the farm. Once because we had to take care of a nuisance bear, which we don't need a permit. Any farmer with a registered farm can take a nuisance animal at any time. We had a bear, we had a sow, and sow is no more,
Mm-hmm.
but we had the police at the front gate because one of the city people from Toronto heard a gun and thought there was somebody being shot.
Well, that's the thing. Everybody that they moved to town. They're in town up here.
Yeah.
They hear somebody hunting out on their 40 acres that's outside of town over here. It doesn't have to. I mean, it's not like when city limits end, you can start hunting. And city limits don't go like miles out into the country. They stop at pretty much, not
Yeah.
far past the edge of town.
Yeah.
And when somebody's out there and they shoot, everybody gets wound up, especially on the southern part of Tahlequah. Down there, it's a place called South Ridge or
Okay.
South Breeze Mobile or South Breeze or something like that. And it's a rough part. We've got one rough part of Tahlequah, and that's it. It's down there by the Cherokee Nation. It's almost out there by the where the roundabout is now. It used to be called the Y.
Yes. Okay.
And
Well, they were just making the roundabout whenever I was there.
yeah, it's in that area right there.
Okay.
And yes, those folks in there probably most of them shouldn't, be around guns. And so they hear something and they all flip out. But the problem is there's private land. I mean, just it's outside the city limits, just right over there, and so people are, it's really wild. So,
That
so I,
I
I've got one right here that Jesse sent me. This little gun right here. Okay. Little heat gun. And what it does is you point it at something and it tells you what the temperature is.
yes.
So,
Hey, they're handy around the farm.
oh, they're really handy. Yeah, whenever you're driving a car too, because you can, like, something acts weird on your car, you point it cylinder to cylinder, you point it at each exhaust manifold port, and
Yep.
you can tell if you got a dead cylinder, you can tell all kinds of stuff.
Oh yeah, no, they're yeah. God, we have ton of those up at the farm.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, Jesse loses his all the time. What are you doing? Checking your temperature?
yeah, he was saying silencers don't work. Just ask his wife. I'm sorry, Miss Lisa ain't gonna miss. Just saying.
but but
Miss
anyway,
Le- Miss Lisa's gotcha.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, that's interesting. I mean, I really enjoy our talks about the differences between the two countries and stuff like that. Uh,
Well, and even Mr. Jim, whenever we were in Florida and we were chatting with Mr. Jim, he had no idea. Like, he asked some questions and he honestly didn't know. But it's like, yeah, really, there's an invisible line between the two countries. Like, other than the gun, the gun thing is the big difference. Other than that, we have we have hills, we have trees.
mhm.
We don't live in igloos. We don't have dog
You
sleds.
don't live in teepees,
We don't live in a teepee. And
so
it's but it was stuff that he had heard or whatever, and it'd be really neat for him to come up. And now
yeah.
that he's retired, hopefully this summer he might come up,
Do you
and
ever?
we'll take him out and about.
Yeah. Did you ever figure out where that copper went?
It said delivered. So I
Oh, we
asked
delivered it to.
I asked these guys, and they said they traced it, and United States Postal Service said it was delivered.
Yeah, it ain't. It ain't nowhere around nothing of mine, so I didn't get it. Anyway,
Good Lord.
somebody got some
I only
copper.
had two. I only had two of them left, and well, two of them are. It's if it would, I just don't even Jesse. I couldn't believe it. Usually under a week, Jesse has whatever I send him. Not this time. I think it was like 2-3 weeks. It
Did he
was
get it?
ridiculous. Yeah, he got it. Every
Oh, I never got anything.
um Tony got his in the time. Mr. Jim got his. Like, everybody got theirs except for you.
Nope, got zero.
And it's like, and you, because I was getting concerned because yours, Tony got his like weeks, a good week before Jesse got his package. And I was watching and then
No chicken coop. It just
yeah.
it was supposed to be. It was supposed to
How
go
did
to the.
I? How did I was just about to. I wasn't even watching the chat, and I was about to say that's Angie.
Yeah. No, it wasn't the chicken coop. It was supposed to actually go to the post office. It was supposed to go to the
Yeah,
same
it was
place.
his PO box.
It was supposed to go to, the same place this went to. This thing that this sausage this guy sent me. But anyway, um, no, I didn't make it. It's okay though.
Well, I'll send you some silver. Like I say, be sometime this week.
Well,
I'll get
Matt,
it out.
let's go over our address really well before you do anything like that.
Send me the address because I put your address down. She verified it, and it went.
Hmm, that's nice.
Sure. And like I said, I, I don't know who's raised the prices, either Canada or the US, but my God, it's crazy.
Don't worry about it. Just keep it. Don't worry about it.
No,
No, I'm serious. I don't want to
well,
cause anybody
I
any.
know I know things get to Jesse, so I'll put for Johnny, take it to Tin Killer.
That would
I'll have to
probably be
send
the
it
best way to
to
get it to
Texas.
me. It would literally probably be the best way for it to get here.
I gotta
I
send.
remember I remember trying to send something to I've tried to send to two Canadian subscribers
Yeah.
before, and one of them was, I believe it was Carrie Leonard. You remember her? Was What was her name was Carrie, wasn't it? Carrie Leonard.
Oh, Carrie. Oh, okay. Yes, but
And was her
okay.
last name
She
Leonard?
did have special needs, and
Well, she sent me some address that was the wildest thing that I'd ever seen. It was like, I don't know,
exactly.
I can't even remember what it was, but it was like,
I
is
know,
that
because she sent the same one to me, and I'm like, that's not a
is that like a
Canadian address.
bookmarker number, or is that a what is that?
So it was supposed to be her postal code and her apartment address, but I think she intermixed the two. And I tried to get a hold of her, and I don't even know if she's on social media or not anymore. But
I haven't seen her in a long time. The other day I misspoke, and I will own that absolutely on Linda Peterson, because
yeah,
Linda because what had happened is I wasn't in the know like you guys were. You guys were more in the know, you and Jesse and everybody, and I was just one of those people out there that just never saw her post anywhere again. She
she
used to be
just
at every
disappeared.
one of our lives. She would post on every one of my videos that I put out and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden it's just nothing. So, actually there was two periods. There was one where her computer went down for
Yes.
like 2 or 3 months or something like that.
Well, there was yeah, about a month and a half. She got it fixed, and then
And
whenever
then
we
she started
went,
posting again.
yeah,
And then all of a sudden she was gone. So I've just said on Brian's live, I hadn't heard from Linda in a long time. Has anybody seen Linda? And uh, I think it was Rebecca, and there were some other people in there, and they were looking for her. And I guess they found some obituaries of some people with the same name. And when I left that live, I was pretty sure that she had passed on.
yeah.
And I didn't research it myself or anything like that. I was just going off of what I'd heard, from them. And because Rebecca was actually trying to call her on the phone all the way through, and she kept saying her phone's showing
She
that it's
doesn't live there
disconnected.
anymore. She lives with her son.
And but anyway, it just uh, you know. So I think in my live, I mentioned that I think she had passed on. Then everybody corrected me on that. So she is still around. She's just kind of her
Well,
family. Her
she's
family's
not on YouTube,
Yeah,
but
her family's taking care of her. So
exactly. Her son has not fixed her computer. The last time that I physically talked to her was about the end of October. And
good.
Rebecca and them were saying she died in August. Then I
Yeah,
said,
August. Yeah.
"Well, I can prove you wrong. Go look at my Alaska videos and either somebody was speaking from above,
Yeah.
but she was commenting and I talked to her.
Yeah.
And, it,
So is Carrie still active on her YouTube channel? I haven't looked.
I see Jesse posted something that said, Carrie, maybe she's changed her name.
That's- yeah.
If I'm not
I'm surprised I
mistaken, the
remembered
last
that. It was
time,
Carrie Leonard. So
yes, it is Carrie Leonard.
yeah.
Um, but the last time she was doing what is that, diamond art
So Tony just
online.
checked and said she's still active. So cool. I like to hear that.
Oh, you darn tootin', you know. But anyways, I should pull the pin because well, it's almost 10 o'clock here, and I know my wife exactly. My wife is gonna want to probably go for early breakfast, and I want to do groceries tomorrow, so I just have Sunday to do budgetary things for the township. Yeah, that's exactly what that is. Oh man. And then, do I no, there's no celebrating. It's now I just have to decide, am I going to put my name in the election this year or am I done? And it's a hard decision because the last 4 years has been a wash because of other people. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
12
we're gonna have to come up with a new senator.
well, 12 years right now, deputy mayor, well, counselor for what, 11, deputy mayor for 1, and they want me to run again for deputy mayor. So, I don't know.
Good night, everybody. Good night, Ann.
Tony,
Good night, Tony and Jesse and
yes,
Angie and Ann.
don't forget the lazies want to give stuff away tomorrow night. So, make sure you are ready to go. 5 o'clock Central. And Miss Ann, we were just talking about you yesterday. You kind of lost your mojo. Um, there's Aunt Lynn kind of stole your mojo.
Mhm.
There's a lot of people who are doing a whole lot of winning, and I know what we got to do. Jesse's got to say and Dale before he does the draw tomorrow night. And if you win, Andale, and if you do have, if you've got your farmers market tomorrow, good luck, Miss Ann. And if you don't, relax. Because yeah, I've seen some shorts, and I uh, I know it's been a rough little venture the last little bit for you. So
Yeah. Always praying for her and Worth. Always
oh,
for 'em.
that's it. That's it. Let's keep Worth in all our prayers, and we will talk to everybody later.
Hi guys. Trying to figure out how to pull the pin here.
Oh, I'll pull your pin. Oh wait, no, that sounded bad.